Have you ever wondered what's happening in a doctor's world? In a place where every heartbeat counts, not every decision feels like life or death. I come to realize something. It's not just about the medicine. It's about the minds behind the scrubs. So here's the deal. In this podcast, we'll be diving into the stuff they don't teach you in medical school. We're talking about resilience, compassion, and the incredible power of the human spirit. Because let's face it, being a doctor is just more than writing prescriptions and diagnosing diseases. Join us and click on the subscribe button because what we are going to uncover might change the way you see the world of medicine forever. So let's get into the episode.
Welcome to Minds Over Scrubs. My name is Eirik Kjønfjord. I'm a hematologist working with the blood disorder, especially thrombosis and coagulation. In today's episode, I'm going to interview my partner and we're going to learn a little bit more about her. So, Ai Phi.
Hello.
Hello. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Where do you come from?
Yeah. Well, my name is Ai Phi Tiho. I go with my Ai Phi. And right now I'm a cardiology resident in Norway. And, I like to do a lot of stuff behind the scrubs. And right now I'm working on doing some podcasts with you. And then we're also having our company where we also we are recording online courses in ultrasound, and that's basically what I'm doing for a living. But otherwise, I love traveling around the world. I love eating a lot of foods, and I do a lot of exercising. So I'm pretty much just a simple regular girl, I would say.
Yeah, but you're a cardiology resident, soon a cardiology specialist.
Yes.
But when did you know that you wanted to become a doctor?
I didn't actually know. During my childhood, I was influenced by my parents because my dad came to Norway as a refugee during the Vietnam War, and he basically had nothing in Vietnam. He was really poor. He came from a really poor family, and when he came here in Norway, he didn't have anything, and he tried to work his way up to, get food, to get money, so he could live here in Norway, and then he met my mom, who also came to Norway. She was living her whole of her life in Vietnam, and that's how I came to the world when they met each other. And I also have two older siblings, and the three of us we born and raised here in Norway, and. The answer to your question, how I came to medicine, to being a doctor, it wasn't. The truth is that I didn't think about it. It was more about my parents. They wanted to give. They wanted us to have the opportunities they couldn't have in Vietnam, because my mom went to school. She got good grades. She has an economy as a background, but she couldn't use her grades to actually do the same here in Norway. So she was working in the kindergarten during her life here in Norway, but now she's not working anymore. And I think parents coming from another country where they don't have anything, they basically live really poor, and they want their children to have more opportunities, and they want the best for them. And that's what my parents did here in Norway. I remember my dad. He worked a lot to give food on the tables, and that we had enough money, so he could. He and my mom could take care of us, all the three of us. So I think they encouraged us to choose either being a doctor, being a lawyer, or engineer, for that matter. And it started with my sister. I would say that she went to the medical school, and then I think I was influenced by her, and I wanted the same thing. And my parents, especially my dad, really wanted me to go to the medical school. But at that time, I didn't really know what I really wanted, because I was a teenager, and I didn't know what I really wanted at that time. So I think that I kind of knew when I was in the medical school that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I didn't know that until like after the 4th year in my medical school that this is what I want to do.
To become a doctor, especially in Norway, but all over the world, it's hard to get in. You need good grades, so you were probably a wonder child in school.
No, far away. I would say I'm a hardworking person. Hardworking. I know there are a lot of brilliant people out there who's smarter than me, and some of them were genius. I wouldn't look at myself as one of these categories. I'm just a regular girl who just wanted to achieve a lot of things in my life, and I wanted to have a good job. And yes, I did work hard to get the good grades. But I think I would never consider myself as a genius or really what did you say again, that I was a wonder child. I wouldn't consider myself as that, because I know other people who I would say they are a wonder child. But for me, no, I wouldn't say that. I'm just a hardworking person, and when you set a goal, then then you just go for it, and that's one of my biggest greatest qualities. I would say that if I set a goal, and then I will achieve it, no matter what.
Yeah. Do you feel that your parents pushed you, or did you sacrifice anything, or do you feel that you have done whatever you have wanted and had the opportunities?
I think honestly, in the beginning, I would say I was pushed by my parents, especially my dad, because when you have nothing in the world, like my dad, and I would never experience what he had been through, but with poverty, and he didn't have any opportunities to go to the school because they didn't have enough money, and he wanted us to really achieve bigger than what he could. So for him, it was really important that his children had good grades, and that they went through education that was really of prestigious pathway, and medicine was one of the top in his mind. So I would say I was pushed in a way, but I'm really grateful it ended up that way, because during my medical school training, I realized after 4 years that this is what I really want to do. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life. And if it wasn't for that, I would never been here and be sitting in this chair talking with you.
No.
Mm.
I know you quite well, but and then I feel that if you set your goal, you will achieve it. You do whatever it takes, and I feel that if you see or hear or meet anyone that are smarter than you or better than you and whatever, that inspire you to become even better. Where do you have that quality from? Because that I find amazing, that you don't feel that, oh, I have to step back because I'm not that good. You just, okay, she's better than me, I'm gonna nail her. Where did that come from?
I think that I've never been jealous of other people who's been better than me. I always see them as inspiration, as a motivation to keep going, to be better. So someday, and hopefully I will be in the same position as them. But I will always find, when I'm done with my reach that goal, I love to find other people who's better than me, even better than me. So I'm not going to settle down just because I have reached my goal. And I'm always looking for new opportunities, knowing new people, so I can improve myself. Because I feel like everyone in this world, including myself, have the opportunity to improve ourselves in different areas, not just in the medicine world, is also as a person, because we all can be better in personal growth, and also in business growth, what I'm doing as well, but also in our professional growth. And how I came to do this, well, you're not the first person who's actually asking me this, because I learned during my life experience that people tend to be like, they don't like that. They don't like people being better than you. So what they're doing, they are trying to actually not share knowledge with you, sharing the skills with you. They're actually backing off. And they also try to trash talk about you, unfortunately. And they do what they can to actually not letting you be the rising star. But for me, I don't care about that. I'm like, you know what? I'm so happy if you or other people are achieving really great goals and you're doing great in the world. I salute you. I salute you. I am, and I think that the only way to be better is actually we working together. And I think many people are so, I don't know, they're so occupied about being the best in what they're doing. But in reality, you can't be the best, because there will always be someone out there who's better than you. But I think that going together with these people, we can grow together. And that way, I think we can achieve much more in life than just going solos.
Yeah. So you're not a big fan of the Norwegian jantelov?
No, not at all. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Because I think if there's someone out there who's a rising star, why not let them be that? Because they can all what I think people is missing here is that this person can actually do something great, and they can actually maybe potentially do something for the whole world, and they can help a lot of people. That's my thinking. We're here on this planet because everyone is in position to create a purpose in life. We don't find a purpose, we have to create them. When you do that and find and create this purpose, and you want to help other people to help people by sharing your what you're doing, your knowledge, your skills, your life experience, I welcome that, because that is really important. And I think it's really important that we are sharing those life experience, life perspective, I'm not saying that it's correct. The life perspective I have is correct compared with others, but those are my life experiences that I would love to share with the rest of the world. And yeah, I'm not fan of the Yantalo, which is like you're not supposed to be better than everybody else. I hate it. Like really, I think if you're good at something, go for it.
Yeah, I agree. But going back to you and your career, I know that you have a passion for cardiology, especially echocardiography. But I also know that you have used a lot of time and are really engaged in point of care ultrasound. Where did that interest come from? Especially the point of care ultrasound.
Yeah, well, for those who doesn't know what point of care ultrasound is well, as doctors, we have the opportunity to do ultrasound scanning. Maybe many of you will think about ultrasound like when we do perform the ultrasound scanning of the baby when someone is pregnant, right? But we can do also ultrasound in different organs in our body, like the heart, the lungs, your gallbladder, or the kidneys. So there's a lot of things we can look inside our body, and that is what ultrasound is used for. And what I'm doing as a cardiology resident is that, well, I'm working on with heart diseases and vascular diseases as well. And many of our patients need ultrasound of the heart, which is also called echocardiography. So that's how we'll see inside of the body, which is the heart in this case. We'll see if there's any abnormalities of the anatomy of the heart. Is there any valve abnormalities, and so on. And how did I actually come to in this point of care ultrasound? Point of care ultrasound is the same as ultrasound. We're doing this ultrasound scanning, but it's a bedside examination. So you can do it whenever and wherever you are. You can do it on the ward. You can do it on the street, and you can do it here, as long as you have the ultrasound. And it's about confirming if there's any pathology. Pathology is the abnormality in the body. For example, do you have a heart failure? Yes and no. Do you have gallbladder stone? Yes and no. With ultrasound, we can actually try to find this out. And the reason why I came into this area is because 8 years ago, I think after my internship, I was doing my residency in internal medicine, and I always been really, really ambitious and really loved learning new things. So I was introduced using ultrasound by another colleague of mine, and I tried this tool, and I was like, okay, how do I actually use it? I didn't know how to use it, and I tried so many times how to figure it out, how to use it. But when you see in the ultrasound, you see it's just black and white screen. It's really boring, right? And I didn't know how to figure it out. And I used a lot of YouTubes and going to workshops in the foreign countries. So I spent a lot of money like doing that. And I felt like I didn't kind of improve myself. And then I think what really changed it all, that made me actually continue this journey learning ultrasound, was because of this patient that was admitted at the hospital 8 years ago. I was about to go home leaving my shift that day. And one of my colleagues admitted this patient that was critical ill, to the intensive unit care, which is a higher unit where you need more support than just a ward. And he did everything correctly, like with the kind of antibiotics and the treatments to the patients, but the patient was just getting worse. So he wanted me to help and asked me, Ai Phi, could you do the ultrasound because you've been trying to learn this? And I was like, no, okay, yeah. I was really insecure back then because I was like, I don't actually know what I'm doing with ultrasound. Okay, but this is a patient now. She's almost dying, so I have to do it. And then I just took the ultrasound scanning with me and performed the ultrasound scanning of her heart. So I saw inside of her body what is happening with the heart. And then I just realized, oh my God, I'm seeing a lot of fluids around her heart. And that is really not normal. And that was the reason she was deteriorating. So I called all the whole team, also the cardiologist in the house, and we came in the room. I don't remember that much from the episode. It went so fast, but what we did to save her life was to put a drainage, like a needle into these fluids around the heart to drain it out. So if we didn't drain it out, she would die. And then we took all of this fluid out, and then she survived. And for me, at that point, I didn't realize it after the next day that we saved a life. And that is because I realized on the ultrasound that I could actually understand what I'm seeing, and that was the potential cause of her condition. And that's was life changing for me. And I told my mom about it. I'm feeling getting a little bit emotional about this because I really remember this day because it really changed my life that day, because I talked to my mom about it, and I told her, Mom, I tried a lot of this ultrasound stuff I talked to you about, and I finally did it. I finally managed to find something abnormal and we saved her life. And she was so happy for me. And then she told me something that really stayed in my heart ever since. And I was like, something like, Ai Phi, it's so incredible what you have done for this human being. But I know you tried so many months, years to actually understand this ultrasound tool and how to do it. But you also have to teach the others. You also have to share your knowledge to other fellows, your colleagues, your friends, so they can understand about this amazing equipment they can use to the clinical evaluation. Because without it, maybe they're missing a diagnosis, a potential life-threatening diagnosis. And I was like, but someone else can do that. And she told me, do you think anyone else is going to do that? And then I got really, it was silence in the room, and she looked at me, and I was like, okay, I promise I will do this for you. I will do this for the humanity, because my mom has always been like, she was poor in Vietnam, and she told me that if you can do everything in your power to save a human being, this human being, then you can save so many out there. And I want you to do that to everyone, because you have this gift and you have to share it. And I didn't actually understand at that time what she was trying to tell me. But right now, here and now, I do understand what she's telling me. This is more, I know, like, I do have great passion for ultrasound, but it's not about ultrasound. It's about what we can do for the humanity. And I want to share my knowledge, my skills, yes, for doctors, but also for the patients. What kind of incredible tools we have out there, so they understand what ultrasound can bring on the table. And I think it's really important for me to clarify that I'm not working for doctors alone. I'm working for the patients, for everyone in this world, so they can receive the best treatment out there, whoever they get into. And I want to teach everyone out there. So, because if my parents ever get hospitalized, I want the best doctors. I want them to have the best doctors in the world to treat them, and that they know how to use ultrasound. And that is the reason why I teach my fellows, everyone in this world, about this amazing tool.
Yeah, and you have started your own company to make this possible for others. Because I know that you have traveled all over the world and you have learned this on your own, but you want it to be easier for others to learn the same that you have done, so they don't have to travel all over the world, but that they can learn it in an easier way.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time that doing, like you said, traveling all over the world, and I don't want anyone to go through what I went through, and yeah, and that is the reason why I'm doing this company. Like I'm having this, I'm giving them the opportunity to learn something, to invest in themselves, so they can provide the best care for everyone out there. So that's the reason why I'm doing this.
Yeah, and that's great. And I think that the most important message to take home today is that nobody is perfect and nobody knows everything, but we can help each other to become better persons and better doctors.
Yeah.
And do you have anything else to tell our listeners about what's important in a doctor-patient relationship? Is there anything that you think that they should take with them?
I think you just have to be humble, be a human being, because I also been on the other side when my mom had been sick, or my dad. I've been also been not a patient, but I've been with them, and what I think all of us can be better as doctors, both as patients, but is to listen to them, be compassionate, be human. And just because you have a title as a doctor doesn't mean you're better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest problem I have with doctors. They think they're better than everyone else. But you know what? Just take away that white coat and that title. Who are you?
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself, who do you want to be? And for me, I'm just Ai Phi.
Yeah.
I'm the same person as you see working as a doctor. I'm just me. And I want them to... I think the most important message here is that be humble and be curious, learn new things, and never stop learning. And whatever people tell you, like you can't do this, you're not good enough, it's bullshit. Just go for it. Go for your dream. Don't let anyone take that dream away from you. You're the only one who's going to achieve those goals if you want to do that. Be brave and never stop learning, and never settle down, and stay positive and keep going. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree. And if you see anyone that's better than you, don't be jealous. Be inspired.
Yeah, I agree. And you would never get enough of inspiration out there. there are always people out there that who can motivate you and inspire you. So, and it is really important. One thing too is that you keep those people close to you, so you get inspired every each time when you feel your day is a little bit cloudy. So yeah.
Yeah. I hope you have been as inspired as well as a listener, and listen in and stay tuned so you can be more inspired next time.